Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new Halacha 4 minutes for Wednesday, 29th of March, second day of Nissan. A reminder now that you are in the middle of Nissan, and no Tachanun is recited now all the way until the end of Nissan. More laws now about other things that apply during the month of Nissan, and one of them is, as we promised, we would discuss the laws of if you see a blossoming fruit tree in the month of Nissan, that's your best time to say a special bracha. The bracha starts with the usual, Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam, blessed are you, God, etc. Shelo chaser ba'olamo klum, that means God has not made anything missing in this world. Ubara bo brios tovos, and He has created inside of this world great creations. V'ilanos tovim, and great trees. Lehanos bahen b'nei adam, for people to benefit from. It doesn't matter if you memorized my words. Now, you can find this in any good siddur, and the gist of what you're saying, you can look it up in a siddur, is you're saying, blessed is Hashem who's made us wonderful things like trees, and people can benefit from them. What's the idea of making such a big deal of making a bracha on, okay, I saw a fruit tree with its first blossoms blossoming and I'm blessing God? Well, you see, we know that when we see trees go barren during the winter and come down to no leaves, no fruits, no anything, and then the beautiful cycle that God has created in this world restarts up again, and here come the beautiful blossoms, here come the beautiful fruit. It's just a reenactment of all the amazing things that God does in our world, and very importantly, says the Ben Ish Chai, it teaches us that man is like a tree, and there are times when we feel very barren and no great things are coming out of us, and we could feel all down and everything, and we should be reminded that a barren tree could come back and just do amazing afterwards. So too a human being who seemed barren, so to say, can come back and be amazing also. That's our job as people. It's best, not everyone manages to pull this off, but if you can manage to get a 10-man minyan around the tree when you want to do it, that's most beautiful because it's Berov Am Hadras Melech. There's more glory to God when a lot of people are there and you're having an assemblage of people, a minyan, with people saying this bracha and everything. That's the best way to do it. Then also you can recite a Kaddish right afterwards with special wonderful psukim that you could find in a good siddur. That's the ultimate way to do it if you can arrange that ceremony. If you can't, you can still do it alone, and it's still a very beautiful thing to do that. The Chida says, it's going to sound quite Kabbalistic to you, he says that you should say this bracha on the blossoming fruit tree with great, great kavana. That means great, great intention, because, this is going to blow your mind, because he says sometimes it happens that neshamas get to the other world, souls get to the other world, they're not allowed into paradise, and they are sent back down into the world to relive some form of life before they come back, and that life could be in the form of an animal, in the form of a tree or a fruit or something. And some of them are sitting in those fruit blossoms, and when you say the bracha, you're giving a great, great merit to them. You could pray and that mercy be shown to these neshamas that are back in the form of a tree, branch, or fruit, and pray that their tikkun, the fixing that had to happen to them by coming back down to planet Earth, that fixing happens, that they're all bettered and everything. It's best to do this while the blossom is still flowering. The Gra says, that Vilna Gaon of the 1700s, the great Gaon, he says that if you couldn't manage to get it done while the blossom was still there, but a very, very tiny bud of the fruit is just beginning, that's also an acceptable time to say this bracha. But if the tiny fruit has also matured into a big-size apple, then it's really too late to be making this bracha. If you saw a blossoming fruit tree and didn't make the bracha, and then you come back a few days later and you want to make the bracha then, some say it's too late because you already saw it. But the Mishnah Berurah says that you could still do it. When you pass by that tree, you say, I'd love to say it now, but I don't have a siddur with me and I don't know the bracha. I'm coming back here in 2 days with a siddur and I'm going to say the bracha. The Mishnah Berurah says you're allowed to do it that way. This mitzvah applies to men, women, and children who are of the age of understanding what they're doing. All people should be making this bracha, if possible, at a blossoming fruit tree in the month of Nisan. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.